When fear entered the souls. The warning before the screams. No one remembers exactly when it started. Some say it was the night the church bell rang by itself. Others say it began earlier, when people stopped caring. Greyford was a small village. Quiet, clean, modern. People believed in comfort, not in consequences. They believed nothing unseen could hurt them. They were wrong. The first night, the wind felt strange that evening. Not strong, not cold, just heavy, like the air itself was breathing. Emily Carter, 24, stood at her bedroom window, staring at the street below. The lights flickered again and again. "Power problem," she whispered. But her heart was uneasy. She felt watched. Suddenly, bang! The church bell rang. Once. Emily checked the time. 2:17 a.m. "That's impossible," she said. The church bell had been broken for years. Her phone vibrated. A message from Sarah Miller. "Are you awake?" Emily typed back, "Yes." "Did you hear the bell?" 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. Then another message came. "Emily, I'm scared." The girl on the road. At the same time, across the village, Lucy Adams, 19, was walking home from her part-time job. Her headphones stopped working. Silence hit her hard. She felt something behind her. Footsteps. Slow. Dragging. She turned around. Empty road. Lucy laughed nervously. "Get a grip," she told herself. Then the street light above her turned off. Darkness swallowed her. A soft voice whispered, "Lucy." She froze. "No," she said. "No, no, no." The voice came closer. "You were warned." Lucy screamed and ran. She didn't see the shadow rising behind her. Morning denial. Lucy was found at dawn. Alive. But broken. She sat on the road, rocking back and forth. Her eyes wide. Her lips repeating one sentence again and again. It was watching. It was watching. Doctors said it was shock. The villagers nodded. Stress, they said. Too much imagination. They went back to their routines. Work. Coffee. Laughter. No one asked why Lucy refused to look at the sky anymore. Emily's discovery. At the library, Emily tried to distract herself. She worked quietly, arranging books. Then she smelled something. Smoke. Burning paper. She followed the smell. A book lay open on a table. Old. Dusty. She had never seen it before. One line caught her eye. They denied the truth until fear stood before their eyes. Emily swallowed. She turned the page. When punishment appears, belief no longer saves. Her chest tightened. Who put this here? She whispered. The lights went out. Cold breath touched her neck. A whisper crawled into her ear. Warn them. Emily screamed and ran. Behind her, the book closed itself. The girls begin to suffer. By evening, strange reports spread. A teenage girl fainted after seeing someone standing in her mirror. Another girl woke up screaming, saying hands were pulling her into the floor. Sarah came to Emily, shaking. I saw myself praying in my dream, she said. But I don't even pray. Emily looked at her. That scared her more than anything. The village laughs. Emily tried to warn people. She stood near the cafe. Something bad is coming, she said. We are being warned. People laughed. By who? A man mocked. Your dreams. Another woman smiled cruelly. Fear sells stories, she said. Emily felt tears rise. Above them, clouds gathered slowly, forming a dark ring. No one noticed. The first death. That night, the bell rang again. This time, non-stop. People shouted angrily, "Make it stop!" They found Mr. Hawkins beneath the bell, dead. His eyes wide open. Black tears dried on his face, carved into his chest with deep scratches. Too late. Silence fell over Greyford. For the first time, people felt fear. Emily's dream. Emily slept and dreamed. The village was burning. Girls screamed. Men cried, shouting, "We believe now." A calm voice answered, "Now, belief has no value." Emily woke up screaming. Her wall was wet, written in dark letters. Last warning. Face screaming in fear. Horror has entered the village. Girls have become signs. Warnings have begun. Fire time is running out. When fear entered the souls, Greyford did not sleep that night. Even after the body of Mr. Hawkins was taken away, the fear stayed.
The time has come.
It sat in every house, in every room, in every breath. People locked their doors. But fear does not need doors. A village changed overnight. Morning came, but the sun felt weak. The sky was gray. The air was heavy again. People whispered instead of talking. Did you see his eyes? Who carved that message? This is not normal. Still, many refused to believe. It's coincidence, they said. Fear is spreading because of rumors. But deep inside, their hearts were shaking. Emily tries again. Emily stood near the village square. Her face was pale, her voice tired. "We are being warned," she said loudly. "Please listen before it's too late." A man shouted back, "Enough. Fear won't save us." Another said, "If God wanted to warn us, he would speak clearly." Emily felt something burn inside her chest. "He is speaking," she replied softly. "You just don't want to listen." Laughter followed her words. Mockery. Just like before. The first public possession. That afternoon, the school bell rang. Students gathered in the hallway. Suddenly, Anna White, 18, screamed. She fell to the floor. Her body twisted unnaturally. Her eyes rolled back, then turned completely black. Everyone froze. Anna opened her mouth. A deep, echoing voice came out. "You deny the truth until fear becomes your teacher." Students cried. Teachers stepped back in terror. Anna pointed at the crowd. "You laughed. You mocked. You felt safe." Then she screamed loudly and collapsed. Silence followed. This time, no one laughed. Girls become the signs. By nightfall, More cases appeared. Girls fainting. Girls screaming at shadows. Girls crying that someone was calling them by name. Sarah held Emily tightly. "I hear whispers when I close my eyes," she cried. "They say, time is running out." Emily hugged her. She knew girls were being chosen, not because they were weak, but because they felt fear faster than men. Fear opens the heart. The mirror incident. That night, 5 girls locked themselves in Mia Turner's house. Lights on, doors locked. They thought they were safe. Mia stood in front of the mirror. She screamed. The girls rushed to her. In the mirror, they saw themselves, standing behind them, smiling. But none of them were smiling in real life. One reflection spoke. When punishment comes, belief will not help. The mirror shattered. Lights went out. Girls screamed. Neighbors heard the cries. But no one entered the house. They were too afraid. Emily's vision. Emily collapsed at home. Her head pounded. She saw a vision. Greyford underwater. People drowning. Hands reaching up. Voices crying. "We believe now." A calm voice answered. "Belief after seeing punishment is useless." Emily cried. "Please give them one more chance," she begged. The voice replied, "They have time, but very little." The village starts to break. Fear finally won. People gathered near the church. Some cried. Some prayed for the first time in years. Others still mocked. "This is mass hysteria," one man shouted. "Nothing divine about this." The church bell rang once. Everyone froze. A whisper passed through the crowd. "This is the last warning." Sarah's possession. That night, it happened. Sarah screamed in her sleep. Emily rushed to her. Sarah's body lifted slightly off the bed. Her eyes black. Her voice not her own. "Tell them, belief at the last moment saved one nation." Emily shook. "The people of Eunice," she whispered. Sarah nodded slowly. But many others were destroyed because they waited. Sarah fell unconscious. Emily held her, crying. Face screaming in fear. Fear spreads openly. Girls become living warnings. Warning mockery turns into panic. Fire time is almost gone. When they begged to believe, the final night began quietly. Too quietly. No wind. No birds. No sound of life. Greyford felt like a place already abandoned. The sky changes. At sunset, the sky darkened unnaturally. Not clouds. Not rain. The sky turned yellow and red, like something burning behind it. People stood outside their homes, staring upward. Phones stopped working. Cars wouldn't start. Lights flickered, then died. Darkness fell early. Fear finally showed its true face. The first cry of belief. Someone screamed from the village square. "We believe. Please." Others joined. People ran toward the church, crying, begging, falling to their knees. Men who once mocked faith were now shaking. Women held their children tightly. Emily pushed through the crowd, searching for Sarah. She found her near the fountain. Sarah was crying blood tears. "I waited too long," Sarah whispered. "We all did." The girls collapsed together. Suddenly, girls across the square collapsed at the same time. Anna, Mia, Lucy, Emma. Their bodies shook violently. Their eyes turned black. They spoke together, in one voice. "You asked for proof." Thunder roared. The ground cracked slightly beneath people's feet. Children screamed, "This is the proof." People cried louder. "We believe now. We were wrong." The girls screamed once, and fell silent. Emily stands alone. Emily stepped forward, trembling. "Please," she cried. "They believe now." The air grew heavy. A voice surrounded the crowd. "Come, powerful. Belief after seeing punishment has no value." Emily collapsed to her knees. Tears streamed down her face. "But the people of Eunice were forgiven," she cried. Silence. Then the voice replied, "Because they believed before punishment reached them." The ground shook harder. The earth responds. Cracks opened in the streets. Buildings trembled. Fire rose from the cracks like breath from the earth. People ran. Some fell into the cracks. Screams filled the air. The church bell rang wildly. The bell cracked and fell. Sarah's final warning. Sarah suddenly stood up. Her eyes returned to normal. She looked at Emily with love and pain. "Tell them," she whispered. "Fear is mercy, if it comes early." Then Sarah screamed as darkness swallowed her. Emily screamed her name, but Sarah was gone. Only ash remained. The last seconds. People cried openly. Some prayed desperately. Some cursed. Some froze in fear. Emily stood alone in the chaos. She remembered the warning. She remembered the book. She remembered the words. When punishment appears, belief no longer saves. The sky split with thunder. A blinding light filled Greyford. Face screaming in fear, mass horror unleashed. I believe comes too late. Broken heart, loss, regret, destruction. Fire judgment has begun. Mercy for those who heard. When the light faded, Greyford was silent. Not the peaceful silence of sleep, but the silence of something finished. After the judgment, the sun rose slowly. Its light revealed destruction. Half the village was gone. Burnt houses, cracked roads, ash everywhere. Some people lay motionless. Others walked like shadows, alive, but empty. The screams had stopped. Only crying remained. The survivors. A small group had survived. They were found near the old riverbank. Men, women, children, and Emily. Their faces were pale. Their eyes hollow. They remembered everything. The warnings, the laughter, the fear. And the moment they realized, it was too late. Emily's awakening. Emily woke near the river. Her throat burned. Her body ached. She looked around. The sky was clear now. Too clear. She whispered, "Sarah." No answer. Tears fell from her eyes. She remembered Sarah's last words. Fear is mercy if it comes early. Emily broke down completely. The truth revealed. An old man among the survivors spoke. His voice shook. "We were warned," he said. "Not once, but many times." No one argued. Everyone knew it now. A woman cried loudly. "We believed when we saw fire," she said. But belief came too late. Emily closed her eyes. She remembered Surah Yunus's message. Some nations were destroyed, but the people of Yunus were saved. Why? Because they believed before punishment fully arrived. The last vision. That night, Emily dreamed again. But this dream was different. No fire. No screams. She saw two paths. One dark. One filled with soft light. A voice spoke gently. "Warnings are mercy. Fear is mercy. But pride blinds the heart." Emily fell to her knees. "Why was I saved?" she asked. The voice replied, "To remind others before fear arrives." A new beginning. Weeks later, Greyford was abandoned. The world called it a natural disaster. But survivors knew better. Emily left the village. She traveled. She spoke. She warned. Some laughed. Some listened. Some felt fear and changed. And those who listened early found peace. The final message. Years later, Emily wrote a single line in her journal. "Do not wait for fire to believe. Warnings are mercy, not punishment." She closed the book. Outside, children were playing. The sky was calm. For now. Face screaming in fear, horror showed the truth. Broken heart, regret came too late. Dove mercy existed, but only for those who listened. Warning, warning, before punishment is a blessing.